the new Dodge.
CBS, welcome home.
Good evening, my friends, and welcome back, everybody. I'm TS, and the Colorcast is on the air now from CBS Television and Radio. It's Friday night, the 25th of April, 1997, and in looking at our opening titles tonight, that little white dog that walked down on the right-hand side of the screen, he's made that walk 499 times tonight, and on Monday he'll join us for shrimp after our 500th show. The actor and comedian Kevin Pollak is here tonight, and James Sanders with a troubling book, his theory on what actually happened to TWA Flight 800. He has some rather shocking, I'm going to say news here, I should really say theories about what happened to this flight, and he'll be along a little bit later on. I want to talk here for a couple of seconds about last night. I ran very long last night with Howie Mandel, and I really didn't have enough time to devote to the people who came on the air from North Dakota and talked about the floods out there and the bad weather and the fires over the past couple of weeks. And all of us here at CBS, and many of you, by the way, were touched by a man named John Marshall, who came on the air last night. He's a businessman who lives in Grand Forks, and talked about what it was like going back to his house and passing the homes of neighbors and seeing them destroyed by the waters and by the weather that's gone through that town this past year. And for those of you who weren't here last night or weren't up quite that late because you had to get to bed, I know many of you have to get up and go to work in the morning, I want to run just a minute or so here of this man, John Marshall, and what he told us as he went back to look at the devastation caused by the flooding, talked about the fires in downtown Grand Forks. You know, I mentioned to him that we have earthquakes here in California, and parts of our neighborhoods are badly destroyed, but in the case of Grand Forks, the whole town was underwater. So if you were not up that late last night, please, here is John Marshall from Grand Forks on our air late last evening.
But I'll tell you, after you live through one of these and you see it, you will never forget it. And when you drive out of town and you're looking in your rearview mirror and you're seeing your home going underwater, you can't describe that. I mean, on that truck yesterday when I saw all those homes, I didn't know. There was times it was so devastating to look at it that I wanted to vomit, but I couldn't because I was crying. So how do you describe it? These are your friends. They're not just another house, they're homes. And to see what it's done to this community, there's no words to describe it. I'm like Pat, I don't want to go back down there again. I don't know that you can handle it. If we didn't know them, maybe that would be different.
Right, right.
But you know them, and it hurts, and it's going to take us a long time to rebuild all of this.
Now, the Pat that he referred to was Grand Forks Mayor Pat Owens, who was also on the air here last night. And she, too, told of the devastation that she saw as she rode in a helicopter 2 days ago with President Clinton, and then through town on a boat with the head of the American Red Cross, Mrs. Bob Dole. As I say, all of you reacted today. Our phone lines were jammed here today. People wanting to help. People have been calling in here, sending telegrams, email on the computer, trying to help out in some way. So if anybody who's watching tonight wishes to offer help to this beleaguered town and to these people, here is the information you need. You can send donations in any amount to the Greater Grand Forks Flood Relief Fund, care of the First American Bank. They're at Post Office Box 13118, Grand Forks, North Dakota 58206. And leave it up there for just a second. People are probably scurrying for a pencil or something. Greater Grand Forks Flood Relief Fund, care of First American Bank, P.O. Box 13118, Grand Forks, North Dakota. That's 58206. And the Red Cross also has a number for people who want to help the folks out there. It's simple. It's 1-800-HELP-NOW. And our thanks to the people at Channel 4 back there, our affiliate in Grand Forks, for bringing information to the folks in that area. and for providing us with some videotape as we told this story last night. Thank you all for calling in here today. You know what we learned, and I talked with this with my colleague Steve Mason on radio after we finished up here last night on television. I can remember going through the earthquakes out here in Los Angeles in 1971, and you'd read in the papers, people back east would say, well, why should we worry about the people in California? They chose to build their houses on the earthquake faults and let them pay for it themselves. And it's comforting to know that we've come a long way from that kind of attitude. I remember it happened after some of the hurricanes in Florida some years back. Well, they chose to live in the hurricane path. It's not our fault. Hey, we are, what did the man say? Our brother's keepers. Huh? So thanks for your response. It means a lot to the people in Grand Forks, and I appreciate whatever you can do. Anyway, a lighthearted look at life with Kevin Pollak, and then the strange story told by James Sanders about the disappearance of TWA Flight 800. And here is a trivial point. The last time Kevin Pollak was here was June 17th of 1996, which was the day that Flight 800 went down. Back after these messages, fire up the colortinis and watch the pictures as they fly through the air.
You want to talk about the web? Let's talk about Jack Webb.
You want to tell us a little more about that?
Let's talk about security on the web. You know there are over 50 million people on the web, and they're not all nice.
Liars, cheats,
Hackers, snoops,
con men.
your competition.
What's your point?
You want to keep the bad guys out, but you want to let the good guys in, right?
You got it all worked out.
Not me personally, but some software guys.
Let's have the names, son.
Today, almost 700,000 people are celebrating their birthday. Chances are you know one of them. So call 1-800-FLOWERS right now and we'll give you 10% off any birthday arrangement. 1-800-FLOWERS. Just call our name.
How to speak Australian. Ouch. Cry, baby. Beer. Foster's, Australian for beer.
Don't worry.
You'll make it.
You'll make it sparkle.
Don't worry.
Make it shine.
You'll make it new again.
Don't worry.
You'll make it.
You'll make it on time, under budget, and whatever color you please. Don't worry.
You'll make it.
You'll make it bloom.
And if you need help,
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
don't worry. Help is just around the corner.
She drives a hard bargain. Drives sales through the roof. Drives a 3-liter flat 6 turbo. Who's she sleeping with? Weston. Choose your travel partner wisely. Call 1-800-WESTON-1.
Incredibly shiny, healthy hair begins with Citrus-Shine. With natural extracts of exotic citrus fruits, Citrus-Shine responds to your hair's individual needs with nourishing shampoos, protective conditioners, stylers that hold and control, and shine treatments that maximize luster. Citrus-Shine is nature's prescription for beautiful hair. So rediscover healthy, shiny hair the natural way.
All the glamour, all the glitz, all those glistening sequins. It's TV Land's really big shows. Celebrate the first anniversary of Nick at Night's TV Land with a star-studded evening of television's best variety shows. The shows that put the show into show business. Don't miss this special, one-of-a-kind event that could only be brought to you by Nick at Night's TV Land. Watch TV Land's really big shows on Nick at Night. Check your local listings for day and time.
The actor Kevin Pollak began as a stand-up comic, and he is still doing it very well today. In between, though, he has given us such great films as A Few Good Men and the remarkable The Usual Suspects. His latest picture, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, opened yesterday, and it's a pleasure to welcome Kevin back. And by the way, the last time you were here was July 17th of last year, not June 17th, the day that the flight crashed.
Oh, you've cleared that up?
Yes, I have. It's
I thought I had an alibi for a moment.
Let me ask you here about A Few Good Men, in which you appeared with Jack Nicholson, Tom Cruise. I think Kiefer Sutherland, who directed the picture that's out now, was also in that picture with you. You had a great cast.
Kiefer, Kevin Bacon, Demi Moore. I was Where's Waldo in that cast.
What about Nicholson? Any great scenes with Nicholson?
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you know, I thought Jack would be aloof. I thought to be that cool, you'd have to have people talk about you rather than to you.
Yeah.
I thought we'd be here and there'd be, oh, look, Jack's over there. Yeah. But he was gregarious and...
oh, no, he's a terrific man.
Unbelievable.
Oh, no, he's a terrific man.
Yeah, quite surprising. And had more fun on the set than anybody.
I'll tell you a story about him.
Please.
He and I play golf at the same place over here on the west side. And about a year and a half ago, I had a visiting fireman and his wife out here. And we watched Jack Nicholson, Clint Eastwood, Jimmy Woods, and Joe Pesci tee off. Now, in the world, okay? And Nicholson took the time with these people. He just could not have been nicer.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he posed for a picture with my mom when she visited the set.
Yeah.
That was the most bizarre story.
It wasn't good when my guest said, by the way, Jack, a Mercedes is not a 2-iron, it's a 5-iron. That was not a good moment.
See, he didn't need to hear that.
Exactly right. Yeah. But like, what would he do on the set? Anything?
Well, when my mom visited, this was a nightmare. We were shooting the courtroom scene, and Jack was on the stand, and Tom, Demi, and I were at the defense table, Kevin Bacon over at the prosecution table. And the camera was over Jack's right shoulder, shooting this wide angle of the whole courtroom. So there was no place to hide my mom off camera, except, of course, over Jack's left shoulder.
Okay, so she's in the picture, right?
So now I'm at the defense table, I'm looking at the Jack Nicholson character, and if I glance to the right, of course, there's the camera. I shouldn't do that, but if I glance to the left, it's my mom. Now my mom's in my eye line. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So between takes, Nicholson would come over to the table and say, Kevin, you want to get your mom off my ass, please? She's hitting on me, for Christ's sake. Am I supposed to take your mom home? Is that what's supposed to happen? Huh?
And does mom hear this happen at all? Yeah.
Sure. And he just rode me the whole day. Yeah, it was pretty remarkable.
And did he have any other stories? You know, he's worked with so many great people. Like he worked with John Huston in Chinatown.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing well, since he never does talk shows, I might as well tell Jack's story.
Okay. Yeah, because he never does.
That's the sad thing.
He never does them.
I've never seen him do one. No. Yeah, incredible yarns, and the most. He called it the most surreal moment of his life. He was on the set of Chinatown, and he's rehearsing a scene with John Huston. And he says, and John's like my surrogate father, you have to understand. And we're rehearsing this scene, and I look over his shoulder, and 20 feet away, approaching us while we're rehearsing, is his daughter Angelica, who I'd been sleeping with for about 2 weeks and hadn't figured out a way yet to tell the old man. And I'm thinking all of this just as I'm rehearsing, and I come out of my head back into the rehearsal just as he says to me in character, Mr. Giddis, are you sleeping with my daughter? Hello?
Surreal moment, huh?
Yep.
Now, what about Kiefer Sutherland as a director? I don't know, is this his directorial debut, Truth or Consequences, NM?
He did a movie for Showtime, Last Light, a wonderful film with he and Forrest Whitaker. He did a short for Showtime as well. This is his first feature film for the theater. And he was remarkable. And there again, the antithesis of what you might expect.
You would expect...
Kiefer Sutherland, I guess, you know, from his film roles anyways, you know, we tend to socialize that.
Right.
Yeah. So he's not the good old boy, the party animal, the bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
He is this nurturing mother hen, which was bizarre to me. He was really annoyingly sincere, is how I would kid him.
Right.
You're annoyingly sincere. And really very careful and with the actors and nurturing and wonderful, really.
You know, the town that is the title of your show, or your picture, Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, was named after the old Ralph Edwards radio and television show, Truth or Consequences.
Yes, it was.
And does the picture have anything at all to do with that?
Thankfully, no.
Oh, good.
No, it's a crime drama, and we don't kill any of the people had anything to do with that game show.
I listened to your impression of Jack Nicholson, and the last time you were here, you did a couple. What are the ones you like to work on? Like, I know you do a Killer Clinton.
Well, you know, Tom, you feel my pain in my leg. It's tender. Well, 1:20 a.m. Is that when it happened at Greg Norman's house?
Yes.
1:20 a.m.
Yeah.
What was that moment like? These mint juleps are great. Oh, darn. Yeah. What the hell was going on at 1:20 in the morning?
Well, I'm told, and I don't know this to be a fact, but I'm told that Mr. Norman, since he is from Australia, has a good deal of Fosters on the premises at all times.
Uh-huh. Plus his body clock hadn't changed over from Australia time.
Right.
So to him it was 6 in the morning. Yeah, that's very strange. So yeah, well, you know, they become like little toys for me to sort of play with. When I latch on to a new one, it's like Christmas morning. I just finished this project with Christopher McQuarrie, the Academy Award-winning writer of The Usual Suspects. And he was doing Christopher Walken, you know, the very unusual and interesting and bizarre character actor that he is.
Yes.
And it's very infectious, and you know, I would listen to it over and over again while we were working on this production.
Well, he does Walken over and over again?
Well, all the time, and it was hysterical. And after a while, I started to fall into it, his rhythm. Yeah. And then I ran into this comic, Jay Moore, who did Christopher Walken on Saturday Night Live in this Christopher Walken's Psychic Friends Network. The sketch was very, very funny. And Jay Moore was the first guy I ever saw do it on television. And I ran into Jay, and I told him that I'd been working with this guy who's doing it all the time, and his is great. And he said, I'll give you the key. The key is every single syllable word, when you're doing Christopher Walken, becomes a 2-syllable word. So the word no becomes no, and that's just that simple. Tom, you ever sit down to a pizza, you don't know what's in it. It's scary. California with pineapples, anchovies, and bacon. What's that?
I've never heard anybody do Christopher Walken.
So you just
before.
So now I have to come up with a reason to do it.
Yeah,
for
I was
the
gonna
act.
say, before they come to take you away.
That's right. That's
You know,
exactly
this
right.
guy, he walked around doing Christopher Walken all day.
Yeah. So for my stand-up act, I need a scenario. I can't just do him from the films that he's in, you know. So I was talking to my brother, and he has to sit his 10-year-old son down and explain sex to him, which is very intimidating because my father, you know, never even bothered and figured we'd pick it up. And have you ever gone through that? Yeah,
I did, a little bit. But it wasn't much of a conversation.
Yeah, I would think.
No, it wasn't much of a conversation. It was just like, Tom, you know that a certain thing happens, and, well, you know.
See?
What does that mean, Dad?
Exactly.
Well, ask your friends. They'll know.
Right. So as the new parent, you think, I'm going to do a better job than Dad did. But my brother's completely lost and confused by the notion of... So I thought, well, I'll explain it to him as Christopher Walken.
Very good.
Yeah, sure. So I sit the kid down. Tommy, your brother, crazy guy that he is, has asked me to explain to you a few things about sex. It's crazy, whatever. There's some things you should know. A lot to tell you, but please stop me if you've heard any of this. You've heard referred to it as the birds and the bees. I don't know why. That's crazy. Bees do it with flowers, I think, and birds, I don't know what the hell they do, but it's not like us, I'll tell you that. The first thing you should know, Tommy, women, for the most part, control every aspect of the thing. When you do it, where you do it, and how, Tommy. They're very big on how you do it. Instructions, graphs, maps. I could tell you now, but it'd be a waste of time. They'll just correct you later. So I go on and on with the kid. And he's just staring at me like
exactly
I'm from the planet Zemo.
Yeah, exactly right. We are with Kevin Pollak, whose picture is out now called Truth or Consequences, NM. The toll-free is up and running at 800-952-2788. I'm Tom, and you're watching CBS. It's very good.
This is a Big Mac.
This is my dad, Jim Delegati.
This is my dad, Jim Delegati. He created the world's greatest burger.
2 all-beef patties. There's cheese in there.
Special sauce. Very special. Very secret.
This is a my-size meal.
Right now, buy a drink and fries. Any drink, any fries, any size. And get a Big Mac for just 55 cents.
55 cents.
To salute 1955, the year it all began.
This is a very good idea.
This won't be around forever.
This sesame seed is bigger than my head. This is my McDonald's.
They're coming. One after the other. HBO's biggest season of box office hits ever. hours of box office. Coming your way, the biggest movies ever. And they're only coming to one place.
On America's Night of Television, will a relative's wild life
Your sister is a very bad influence.
force a family showdown?
You're just jealous.
All new Dr. Quinn. Then, what if you knew that saving one life would cost another?
It's your last chance to live.
What if you had to make the choice?
I'm not gonna play God.
Early edition. And on the 100th Walker, when his student is threatened by gang violence, Chuck takes charge.
You can't do that, Walker.
I just did. The 100th Walker, all new CBS Saturday.
Every day on the set of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman, I ride into a world of Old West adventure. Now you too have a chance to share the excitement.
Win a walk-on roll. Pick up an entry form at participating Denny's restaurants or Thrifty and Payless drugstores and mail to CBS 2. Winner rides away in a new Chevy S10 LS extended cab pickup truck, rugged and dependable, built Chevy tough.
Watch Dr. Quinn on CBS 2, Saturday, May 17th, when the winner is announced. Come on along and ride into the West with me.
He flew to 17 cities in 3 weeks. Flew to the top of the ladder. Flew his whole family to Hawaii for free. Who's he sleeping with? Weston. Choose your travel partner wisely. Call 1-800-WESTON-1.
Diamonds, the gift that lasts forever. The Jewelry Exchange in Tustin imports all their diamonds direct. They carry thousands of diamonds, most GIA or EGL certified, and all the guaranteed lowest prices. 1-carat solitaires start at $5.99. The Jewelry Exchange makes all their jewelry in their state-of-the-art factory and has hundreds of rings, pendants, earrings, and bracelets. Only the Jewelry Exchange in Tustin guarantees all their jewelry to a price for at least double, that's right, double the purchase price. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange in Tustin.
With Kevin Pollak, here is Tark on the toll-free in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Hi, Tark, you're on the air.
Hi, Kevin. I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed The Usual Suspects.
Thank you.
Excuse me. And I want to know if you possibly based the tough guy character on anybody that you know.
Well, a little bit of the guy I went to high school with who had this bizarre, even at 16 years old, this weird sociopathic talent to look right through you.
Oh, really?
As a way to intimidate. At 16, would just look right through
Some
me.
people are
and
born with this,
scared
you know.
the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, from whatever prison you're in now, how are you? So, yeah, a little bit on him, and then we all played cops and robbers, and we were kids, and I read the script, the guy's a thief. This sounds like great fun. Yeah. But thank you for enjoying it.
So you put that guy that looked through you when you were 16?
Well, yeah, I mean, the character I played was certainly the most intense and potentially frightening character to date for me, so I had to draw on somebody.
You know, I mentioned to you in the break, I saw that picture twice, once in the theater, once in cable. That's a very good motion picture because as a member of the audience, you are compelled to take part in this movie. This is not something you just sit back and watch. You get into it. And it's played well not only in this country, but it's been a big hit overseas as well.
It was huge overseas. In fact, it was almost 3 times as big box office-wise overseas than it was here. Gigantic hit. And that's weird because my wife and I started traveling through Europe a few years back, and we've tried to go every year, and it's strange when...
Oh, because now they know you.
And they talk loudly and quickly and in a totally different language. And I don't know what the hell they're talking about until one of the titles of a film comes out. So it's like, suspects. I don't know, you know. It's going to happen here. Yeah.
Great question, Tark. Thanks for watching, and thanks for calling us tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye-bye. I've never talked to you about this, but other comedians I have, Bob Newhart, Don Rickles, and others, comedians like to talk about when they really bombed. You know, comedians tend to dwell not upon when you're laughing, but you know this is true. They don't talk about when they went out there and killed.
No, what would be the point?
But they talk about, oh man, I was at wherever it was, and oh, what a night I had there.
Well, it's the low points, I think, that you have to celebrate if you reach a point in your life of success, and you have to dwell on the low points in order to, you know, see the broad change. When I came out of San Francisco stand-up comedy scene, mid to late 70s, and the boom of the early 80s had created one-night stints in suburb restaurants. Everyone wanted a piece of the stand-up comedy.
That's
It was
right.
all the rage. The discos turned into stand-up clubs. And restaurants were doing one night. So, you know, you would take a gig out in the suburb, and you would drive 70 miles to get to this place, and that's where I had one of my
treasured moments.
Yeah, when the MC said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of Thousand Island, and now here's
Kevin."
Yeah.
And
when the first time you play Vegas.
But there's nothing that a dinner crowd likes to hear.
That's right.
More than we're out of Thousand
Now
Island.
they're cranky.
Yeah, right.
Come on.
They're mad, right?
The guy ordered a salad, and there's no mayonnaise and ketchup. And the first time you play Vegas, there's a real moment for you, just waiting for you. As soon as you arrive in town, and you're looking for your name on the marquee the very first time, Vegas, the Strip, you see your name, and then 10 times larger than your name on the marquee is all you can eat, $4.95.
Right.
That's a real moment. That's a very important moment.
When I worked for NBC, we did a week in Vegas towards the end of our run. And so we did it out of Caesar's Palace, and so they put my name up there on that marquee outside of Caesar's Palace,
Sure.
and we shot it, you know, for the opening titles and everything. And my mom was watching when she lived in Milwaukee. She called, she said, "Isn't it great that you would have your name up in lights in Las Vegas for a whole week?" I said, "Mom, it was on for about 20 seconds at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, they took the picture,
shot.
and then they put back up, all you can eat, $3.95.
That's right. Yeah, that's a very real town.
Laurie in Brunswick, hello.
Hi, Tom.
I can't read the state. Oh, Brunswick, Maine. Thank you. Hi, Laurie. You're on the air.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Kevin.
Hi there.
The question that I have for you is that I really love Lieutenant Columbo, and I love the impersonations that you do of him. And I was wondering if you've ever had a chance to work with him and to talk to him in character.
Peter Falk?
Peter Falk. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Because, you know, Lieutenant Columbo was a fictitious character.
Yeah.
Kidding. I'm kidding. At your expense.
Thank you.
Yeah, I met Peter Falk, and he loved the impression. He was very, very funny and charming about it, and said, "How do you do that with your eye? How do you do that?" That was his response. Me, I understand, but you, how do you do that?
That's very good. You do the eye.
Sure.
That you can't put on the phone. You put some on phone answering machines, on your phone machine, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. But that's what Peter Falk loved about it.
That is wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I have.
I love your work, and Tom, I love the show.
Oh, thanks a million, Laurie, and I hope you'll call us again, and thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, young lady.
I will. You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
What's the one you put on your machine? Albert Brooks.
Well, whenever I learn a new impression, what I'll do is put it on the outgoing message on the machine, and then people who leave messages will basically critique it. Hey, that was a good one, or you know what, let that one go.
Okay.
Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. And so when I do this a lot, and Albert Brooks was the one that I had on my machine when I first... Hi, listen, this is Albert. I'm not here. I don't feel good. I'm going to go lie down. I'll tell you what, call back later. No, 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 no. This is good. This is much better. Leave your name, your number, and I'll call you back. Is it me? Am I crazy? This is good. Okay, I'm going to go lie down. I'm nauseous. Goodbye. So I got all these calls and these hang-ups. I'm in my apartment. No one's leaving a message, just calling and hanging up. And finally, someone leaves a message. Hi, this is Rob Reiner. I grew up with Albert, one of my best friends. That's a very special treat. And he hangs up. This is way before I worked with him or knew him. I've been in L.A. a year. And I didn't have the guts to pick up the phone. I was just so...
Humana.
Yeah, humana. So now I'm dancing around the apartment. Rob Reiner calls. This is like for 19 minutes. I'm dancing around. And suddenly I go, I could have talked to Rob Reiner. What a schmuck. So 10 minutes later, more hang-ups. 10 minutes later, hi, this is Carl Reiner. And I race for the phone because now I'm ready to talk to a Reiner.
Right.
You know, and it's Carl Reiner. So I pick up the phone and Carl Reiner says, "Do you know Albert?" I said, "No, I just learned the impression." He said, "Because this is strange. This is not Albert in his movies. This is Albert around the house. He grew up in my house with my son Robbie. In fact, that's how I knew to call. Rob. Apparently Jerry Seinfeld called and heard the message, and he called." His manager, who's my business partner, and this was going around Hollywood.
The question is, did it get to Albert Brooks?
So this is what happens. He says, Rob called Albert and told Albert to call. Albert called your machine, didn't leave a message, hung up, and called Rob and said, "Is that me, really, Rob? Is that what I sound like, really? It sounds like my Uncle Zeke. Come on, Rob, please."
The greatest thing about Albert Brooks is that his real name is Albert Einstein.
Yeah, pretty extraordinary.
We will continue for a few more minutes here with Kevin Pollak. The new picture is called Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and we'll be right back after this break.
It's Sears Days, and it only happens twice a year. Our lowest prices of the season, like this Craftsman 15.5 horsepower tractor, just $11.77, and our most powerful Craftsman mower, 6.6 horsepower, only $2.97. So get to Sears Days. There's nothing like them.
One, two, three.
Maxwell House introduces a coffee crafted to be remarkably smooth. New Master Blend. A distinctly American blend. It's always good to the last drop. Rich French roast from Maxwell House. Irresistibly rich, it's the best of France made our own. And it's always good to the last drop.
I was born active. Motor's always running, if you know what I mean. So to stop smoking, the patch was not for me. Too passive, too rigid. With Nicorette gum, I get to do something. I participate in my own survival, fight my own cravings. Nicorette and I hit them before they hit me. I was busy smoking. Now I'm busy not smoking. Works out pretty good.
Nicorette gum will help you quit smoking successfully by helping you control your cravings. You can do it. Nicorette can help.
There once was a boy who wanted everything to be loud, loud, loud. Oh, you're allowed to be loud, loud, loud. Allowed to be loud, to be loud, to be loud.
1,000 decibel in-your-face taste of Doritos.
Loudest taste on earth.
Coming May 11th, the saga of one family's fight for power and the price they paid for it.
Is my little girl in danger?
I think I'm starting to fall in love.
After all these years, you'd kill me.
Mario Puzo's The Last Dawn, CBS Sunday, May 11th.
My life's so busy, I don't know exactly when it hit me. I'm in my 30s and still single. I'd heard about Great Expectations before, but this time it sounded different to me. That's when I decided to take control and find out more. I am meeting a lot of great new people. I'm having fun. I'm feeling good about myself. For me, it's the right place, the right time.
Call Great Expectations today for a complimentary consultation. 1-800-361-5422. Great Expectations, the right place, the right time.
We asked business leaders how they would design a better business degree. They said it should give graduates a practical foundation, develop strong communication skills, and provide an advanced understanding of how technology works for business. The result? DeVry's bachelor's degree in business administration. Finally, a business program designed by business for business. To find out more, call 1-800-247-7800. DeVry, a higher degree of success.
Sandy and Diane hadn't seen each other in 15 years until Sandy called U.S. Unite.
U.S. Unite founder Tom Martin, a former agent with the U.S. Department of Justice, uses the largest, most sophisticated database in the world. U.S. Unite can find anyone, anywhere in the United States for only $69. We guarantee your satisfaction or your money back. Call toll-free at 1-888-US-UNITE. Call now.
You know, you were talking about Christopher Walken, who is truly an unusual person to do an impression of. There's a man who's on television named Dave Coulier.
Love Dave Coulier.
Okay. You know who he does? He does the greatest Bruno Kirby you've ever heard in your life.
Great Bruno Kirby, great Bob Einstein, Albert's brother, who does Super Dave.
Yep.
He does a lot of bizarre impressions. In fact,
incidentally, where is Super Dave? I haven't seen Super Dave for a year or so on television.
You know, It's funny you should mention that, because I happen to have him right here. Super Dave, no, I don't know. I don't know where he is. I learned to do Albert Brooks while being with Dave Coulier backstage at the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach. We were both saying Albert Brooks is the funniest guy ever, and then we both just started doing it. And we said, hey, wouldn't this be a great impression to do? And so I know Dave's worked for years.
Yeah, he's terrific.
Truly a masterful.
But even he says there's not a lot of call
for Bruno Kirby?
For his Bruno Kirby. Because nobody does Bruno Kirby like Bruno Kirby.
That's right.
Here is Mike on the toll-free in Toronto. Hi, Mike. Welcome to CBS.
Thanks very much, Tom.
My pleasure. What's on your mind tonight, Michael?
Well, I saw Kevin do a stand-up show several years ago, and he did everybody on the Starship Enterprise. The only person the same was Captain Kirk. And Kevin, I was just wondering if you could at least do an excerpt of that. That was my friend and I were just killing ourselves laughing at that.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it was on my first HBO special. My brother wrote this routine about trying to put all the impressions into one place. So he said, well, what if Captain Kirk was at the helm,
right,
and they just went through some weird warp thing, and everybody else in the cast had been replaced by famous people. So I think Scotty, down in the engine room, was Dudley Moore. We've got no crystals. And Spock, I think, was Christopher Lloyd's Reverend Jim from Taxi. Logical. Who else? I don't remember everybody, but yeah. I finally worked with William Shatner after impersonating him in my act for years. He directed me in this thing for Showtime, which is going to come on in June. I should have probably mentioned that too.
Sure.
It's a half-hour comedy film, and he was great to work with. And there again, surprising how what an amazing wealth of knowledge he has on comedy. Truly
Well,
surprising.
he has an amazing range of knowledge on almost everything in the world. Every time I interview Bill, I think to myself, this guy knows everything about everything.
Yeah, well, that I don't know. I only know...
No, he's a very bright man.
Yeah, his knowledge of comedy was just staggering. He knew the nuances and the timing and rhythms of comedy. It was wonderful to work with him.
Glad you called, Mike. Thank you, sir.
I hope that those little excerpts satisfied you and your friend Don't Kill Each Other.
Oh, they're great. I love impressionists, and when you can do the face, too, that just makes it complete. Keep up the good work. You too, Tom.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Have a good weekend, sir.
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye. You mentioned your brother a couple of times. Does he still live up in the San Francisco Bay Area?
Yeah, in San Jose. He's up there with his wife and 2 kids. Yeah, he's great. He is the nutty sports fan in the family. Never sits down during a game.
Oh, he's in front of the TV back, yeah.
Screaming at the set as if he can change the outcome of the game. Do you know these people? Yeah. Stop it, Craig. All right? It's very bizarre to be around him.
What does he think of his younger or older brother, Kevin? He must think you are truly...
I'm 2 years younger, thank you. And he's enormously proud. And I've been performing since I was 10. I mean, I signed my first autograph when I was 6. I think I told that story.
Yes, you did.
And so it's been... I think when we were teenagers, it was like I was stealing focus, maybe, and that must have been annoying. We've never had a long chat about it, but I must assume that must have been a little annoying as the older brother to watch the kid, the punk, get all the attention. But
you see, it was ever thus.
Right.
I mean, remember we had my brother on CNBC one night, and as I said to him, he was born when I was 5 or 6. I said, for the first 5 years, John, my life was terrific. Then you came along.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly right.
It is always a joy to talk to you, young man. I hope that you have a great success with Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and thanks for another wonderful evening.
My pleasure.
Okay, sir. Kevin Pollak, you can see him now in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Next, James Sanders and some strange theories on the explosion on board TWA Flight 800 after this brief timeout. Kevin.
It's the way the sun helps things grow in their own time. It's the way bread begins as an ocean of wheat before rising in the oven. The way onions can make you cry, even when you're laughing. And it's the way we make over 1 million people their favorite sandwich every day, which, in case you're keeping track, is more sandwiches than the entire population of North Dakota. Subway. It's the way a sandwich should be.
The 1997 Mazda S.
Tell us what you think today. We'll tell everyone what you think Monday at 6 and 11. ABC. It's your choice.
Tonight, ABC is Pop with all new Lois and Clark and Leaving L.A. Then, U2, A Year in Pop. ABC tonight.
ABC's taking you into another dimension with the biggest 3D event ever. All your favorite comedies with state-of-the-art 3D effects. ABC 3D TV will be brought to you in part by Wendy's, home of the fresh stuffed pitas. It's a fresh new taste. Cool. 3D TV on ABC starting May 6th.
ABC Tuesday is Pop with Home Improvement at 8, 7 Central, just because we know you like it. And America's Got Soul. 30 million have watched. Critics call it a hit. What was that?
The Word of God.
And hold everything. It's a brand new Home Improvement where Jill botches up Tool Time.
I just wanted to signal you.
And that signal would be this?
Then, on an all-new Spin City, it's the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a man. It's the Spin City you thought you'd never see. It's Pop, ABC Tuesday.
ABC presents Tom Hanks in a television first with Rosie O'Donnell, Robin Williams, Oprah Winfrey, Michael J. Fox, Roseanne, Billy Crystal. I Am Your Child, Monday.
Lois and Clark will continue in a moment, here on ABC.
Wednesday's Pop when an all-new Drew kicks off the night at 8, 7 Central. Drew, Mimi battle for the same promotion. May the best man win.
Employees of this store and I are cut from the same cloth.
How much of it did they get?
Then, on an all-new Grace, share her happiest day, graduation.
20 years and you made it.
TV Guide says it's hilarious. A triumph. 9 out of 10. Ellen, the episode, a special hour Wednesday at 9, 8 Central on ABC.
Working for the coroner's office, you think you've seen it all until a dead magician rises to the occasion.
Check this out.
An all-new Leaving L.A. ABC next.
Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.